and welcome back to Triple L, also known as Live, Laugh, Learn. If you're new, you know what to do. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And tell everybody you know that I'm on YouTube and we're having so much fun living while laughing and learning together. Triple L fam, go ahead and welcome them down in the comments below. Guys, if you already read the title, which I know you did, that's why you clicked on this video. You know what we're talking about. We're talking about Space Jam: A New Legacy, the reboot, sequel, blah blah, whatever you want to call it, of the original Space Jam that came out in 1996, starring Michael Jordan. But this one, of course, is starring the great LeBron James. So let's get down to business. First of all, I want you to know that it's going to be spoiled just a little bit, but I'm not going to get into all the details of the movie, because if you haven't seen it, go watch it yourself, then come back and let me know if you agree with me. Okay? Cool. Let's get into the movie. Let's get down to business. Alright. And if you see me looking down, I'm looking down at my notes because I took some notes so I can review this for you guys, and I've got quite a bit, so let's just go ahead and jump right in. I saw Space Jam for the first time a long time ago, to the fact that I didn't even remember the movie. So my mom, my dad, and myself, when we sat down to watch the first movie on HBO Max, free trial, y'all, go ahead and get it. We went to watch the first one first, and then we watched the second one. So let's start with my first critique. Why was it so long? Why was this movie so long, y'all? The first movie was an hour, 27 minutes probably. And the second movie was 2 hours. Now, don't get me wrong. I completely understand. It's LeBron James. LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James. But it didn't have to be that long. It didn't. Aren't Marvel movies like 2 hours long? And we'll get more into the length of the movie, but really, y'all? Okay. And then speaking of LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James, why is it that in the first 10 minutes, that's 10, right? In the first 10 minutes of this movie, and let's just exclude the first 5 minutes, so the 10 minutes after that, right? Because the first 5 minutes, they're talking about his career, who he is, all this stuff, blah, 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 blah. They did that in the first movie, I get it, cool, whatever. Great homage to the first movie, but still keeping it about LeBron James in this movie. Amazing, love it. However, the next 10 minutes, we're in the actual movie. We're talking, we're doing stuff. We're doing stuff. I'm watching the movie, I'm not doing that. But they're talking, they're getting into the storyline and trying to figure out like what we're doing. They're trying to set the scene, right? Why is it in this 10 minutes alone? They said this man's name about 100 times. They either called him a king, or an NBA superstar, or just LeBron James, LeBron James. Oh my goodness, LeBron James. Like, can't you just say LeBron? Why does he have to be LeBron James? I mean, I get it. He's LeBron James. However, in the first 10 minutes, this man's name was uttered. It was said about 1,500 times. LeBron James. Oh my goodness, the NBA superstar, LeBron James. Oh my goodness, King LeBron James. King James, blah, blah, blah. First of all, can we stop calling this man a king? He's a great basketball player, yes, I will give you that, but he's no king. Okay, my second issue with this movie, just off the bat, was where was the song? I get that they were trying to make it a new legacy. They didn't want to make it all about Michael Jordan's version. They didn't want to make it all about the first version of the movie. But the movie is called Space Jam. Wouldn't it make sense to have the main theme song in the movie? Like, when it came on, I was excited. I was about to say, welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance to your dance at the Space Jam. All of that. I think that's the wrong words. It might be the right ones. I don't know. But I was excited to sing the song. I was like, welcome to the Space Jam. Welcome to the Space Jam. They ain't played this song not once. The movie is called Space Jam and you didn't even play the song? The theme song, Space Jam? What? Another thing that I did not like, and y'all are like, okay, everything right now that you're listing is things that you did not like. Yeah, I will get to, I did like some things, okay? I like something. But, okay, just bear with me. I'll get to some things that I liked, okay? On Google, and this whole time that they've been advertising this movie, they've been talking about how these actors are gonna play LeBron James' sons, Bronny and Bryce, right? And they've been advertising, oh yeah, so-and-so is gonna play Bronny. He's gonna play Bronny. He's gonna play Bronny. His character name is Bronny. But then we start watching the movie and they start referring to him as Dom and the other son as Darius. And I'm like, why would you tell me that their names are Bronny? And this whole time. And that's not the case. I mean, in the first movie, I honestly thought that Michael Jordan could have used his actual family, but he didn't. It's okay, whatever. So they used their real names. If you're trying to do the same thing or kind of mimic, right? Wouldn't you at least use your family? I think everybody in LeBron James' family was old enough to play themselves, right? Or at least use the same names, like in the original movie. Or don't. However, do not advertise that this dude is playing Bronny James and then you watch the movie and his name is Dom. I was so confused. I was like, oh wow, they could have used Bronny as Bronny, but then his name is Dom all of a sudden. I don't know, and that really threw me. And you're like, really, Julia, that's not a big deal. But it really threw me because I was excited. Okay, so then, unlike the first movie, and I know everybody's gonna say it's not a reboot. I mean, it's not a doing it the same thing, or maybe I guess you can call it a reboot. It's not a reboot. It's a sequel. It's different. It's not. Everybody has so many different names. I don't know what to call it, a reboot, a sequel, or whatever, whatever you want to call it. But everybody's like, it's not the same movie. It's different. It's a new legacy, and I get that it's a new legacy. But if you're gonna call it the same thing and pattern it after the first movie, why is it just? It's so okay. It's like with Coming to America, when the second one came out, everybody had a problem because it wasn't the same movie. But I feel like that was a great movie, and it had so many references to the original, and it was like a continuation, I guess, but it still allowed for new things to happen. It had so many cultural things in it. It had so many things that were current and modern to just life, and it fit. Okay, I agree that they're trying to market it to the children and stuff like that, but I just felt like it was too much. Now, don't get me wrong. I loved the graphics and the just technical aspects of the movie. Just watching the movie, it's like the colors and just the thought that went into making the actual game. I'm sorry, I might be telling too much, sorry. But if you watch the movie, they made the actual game into just something that was huge. It was crazy good. Like the graphics were beautiful. I do not knock the movie for that. That was the best part of the entire movie. And the cameo appearance of Michael B. Jordan. That was hilarious. However, I don't know. Okay, let's just, before I continue the rest, let's read some comments and stuff that I saw that was absolutely hilarious. This person on Google reviews of the movie said, LeBron's acting started off iffy. Almost everything he says at the start of the film sounded like motivational speaker one-liners, which is so true. I tell you, this man was talking to his son, and he was like, you can do this. You can be the best basketball player, and I'll be there to help you through it, and blah 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 blah. I'll help you do this, and I'll help you do this, and blah 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 blah. I'm like, okay, let's just keep reading this comment. Okay. As the film progressed, it seemed like his acting skills did as well. I completely disagree with that. And by the end of it, I was decently content with his performance. Okay. I love watching the Looney Tunes become three-dimensional. Oh my goodness. That was so cute. In the first movie, it was cute with them being cartoons. And they were still, oh, of course, cartoons and animated. And they were still that in the second movie. But they were like, you could see the hairs and stuff. And it was so cute. I really like that movie. I really like that aspect, except for the fact that Bugs Bunny kind of looks scary. Everybody else was cool. Porky Pig, Lola, Donald Duck, everybody, I don't know all the names, but everybody, they looked cool and regular. But Bugs Bunny looked like an actual bunny. And it was a little scary for a cartoon, in my opinion. But okay. They said the animation of the hair was beautiful, yes. And the cinematography overall of the film was so clear and pristine. I absolutely agree. GFX were outstanding, and I could tell they spent a lot of time, effort, and money into ensuring that they were top tier, which is absolutely correct. I feel like they spent so much money on graphics and nobody spent any money on LeBron James' acting skills. But it's okay because I don't know, I just felt like he was trying way too hard. And there's this video clip. I'm gonna play this video clip for you guys. The funniest thing.
Finish my point. So then we have LeBron trying to act in this movie, and he kept coming across as trying so hard to, look everybody, I'm acting. I'm gonna try to act. I'm doing this. And he came off like a first timer in a high school play. Because
he said he came off as the first timer in a high school play. Okay, LOL. The ratings are even bad. 31% on Rotten Tomatoes, 2 out of 5 on Common Sense, 36% on Metacritic. Like, really, guys? Okay. Alright, let's read another one. This is a NewYorkPost.com. One of their article headlines reads, Space Jam: A New Legacy Review. LeBron James film is an abomination. Y'all, really? Somebody said, y'all gotta realize when nostalgia is taking over. Space Jam was not a great movie. The first one they're saying. I think it was, but okay. Y'all were kids and Michael Jordan was just that much of a big deal in the 90s. I was not alive, so I wouldn't know. Anything he was involved with was a hit, which I'm pretty sure is true. And it's the same with these LeBron James fans. They think that this movie was the best thing since sliced bread. And it was not. It was okay. One of my favorite parts of the original movie was the cameos from the NBA players. I loved that because it was so funny and it was sprinkled throughout the whole movie. It wasn't too much, it wasn't too little, it was great. However, I thought that the second movie was going to do the same thing, but unfortunately it failed to do so. In the second movie, you see the cameos from NBA players and WNBA players once. You see them, they're in their actual, like, it's actually them one time. And then they become these super huge generated video game characters. And they're huge, they're crazy, they're different colors. Some of them are like animals now. Not animals, but like insects and stuff. And that was it. and you didn't hear from them. Like, they didn't talk as their characters not too much, and I was kind of like, this is kind of boring. Like, it was funny, Damian Lillard, when he did his Dame Time and all that stuff, because it was cool that they incorporated things like that. But I really like the Warriors. So I was excited to see Klay Thompson. If you know, the Warriors, Klay Thompson been out of the game for 2 years, and they recorded this before he got hurt and everything. So everybody was excited to see Klay Thompson doing something for once in a long time. And this man didn't talk. This man barely played. This man didn't do no splash, 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 like Splash Brothers stuff. You see water going all over the place. That's all the splashing he did. He did some passes, but he never took any shots. It was like, okay. I just feel like they didn't show them enough. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I feel like they didn't show them enough. So I don't want to say that I didn't like the movie, but I also don't want to say that I liked the movie, because that's not the case. It's kind of like I don't know. It was too much. It was too much going on. The basketball game itself, a regular basketball game, is 48 minutes. And I'm pretty sure the actual basketball game that took place in the movie was probably 48 minutes too. We didn't need that. In movie world, everything is shrunk. Everything is shrunk. Yeah, everything is smaller. Everything is, well, it's bigger, duh. But time-wise, everything is smaller. Everything is shorter. And I'm like, this is the longest movie basketball game I've ever seen in my entire life. It's like they're still playing. The son has realized that Don Cheadle's character is blah blah blah, is bad or whatever, and everything, and we're still playing this game. Speaking of, let's go ahead and talk about Don Cheadle's character. Don Cheadle is a great actor, very reputable, and I feel like this movie didn't. He was good in the role. He was very good in the role, right? But it was so much. It was like this. I think, honestly, I'm gonna take that back. He was very good in the role, and I think he kind of stole the show from LeBron James. LeBron James was like, and Don Cheadle kind of developed. His character was like this dude who was only inside a video game, only inside of what they call it, a serververse, and inside the computer and everything like that. And he's dealing with some things because nobody accepts him and blah 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 and all this stuff. And then his character develops and he gets more and more and more and more evil. And like, that was cool, I guess. I guess his character was good. I just feel like, I was like, oh my goodness. How much hate do you have for this man? I guess the storyline was good, the meaning or whatever. Not the storyline, but like the meaning of the movie, of what it was supposed to mean to let parents let their kids go out there and dream their own dreams and their passions and their own goals, and not to force stuff on them. And that's great. That's amazing. But they could have done it so much better. I honestly wish that they kind of... Oh, my camera's about to die. I just wish that they... I don't know. I think I wish that they kind of went more to the original version a little bit more, and kind of paid more homage to that version after all these years, I guess. Or not. I don't know. It wasn't my cup of tea. We'll say that. I'm not gonna say it's a trash movie. Don't go see it. Go see it. If you want to see it, go see it. But it just wasn't my cup of tea. I wasn't feeling it. And maybe it's just because I don't like LeBron James. Not that I don't like him. I don't know the man. And he does really great stuff for the community and for the African American community and his personal community and schools and the education system. Love, love, love all of that. Just as a basketball player, he's kind of arrogant. I don't like that. But other than that, I'm just gonna say it was a good movie. It wasn't. What I will say is, I think we all should have known what was coming by Michael Jordan's reaction to the trailer. Michael Jordan's reaction to the trailer of the movie was hilarious. So we should have knew that this movie wasn't going to be good just by his reaction.
Why'd you stop watching the trailer, Mr. Jordan? Were you worried LeBron James is a better actor than you?
Blah, blah, blah.
I think you're gonna like it though if you...
Blah, blah, blah.
But just listen for...
Blah, blah, blah.
So we're not watching the trailer tonight, are we?
Mm-mm.
But it is what it is. We lived, we laughed, we learned. And we should do that every single day because guess what, guys? It's the only way. If you want me to review some more movies in the future, let me know what movie you want me to watch and I will review it. Possibly. And we can talk about it. And if you want to talk about this one, comment down in the comments below and let's have a good discussion. You change my mind, I'll change yours. I don't know, or maybe we'll just agree to disagree. It was great talking to you guys about this movie. I love you so very much and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.